Prepare for the tale of the Trojan War, a convergence of celestial conflicts and mortal drama entwined with themes of love, betrayal, and renowned heroes. In this narrative, powerful goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, compete for the golden apple, with Trojan Prince Paris serving as the judge. Hera offers political power, Athena tempts with wisdom and war prowess, and Aphrodite presents the allure of love and the captivating Helen, deemed the most beautiful mortal. Witness Paris succumb to love, transforming a beauty contest into a crucible of conflict. Yet, this marks just the beginning. Repercussions unfold as Menelaus, the young king of Sparta, demands retribution against Troy. Violations of sacred bonds prompt him to mobilize Greek city-states in a collective call to war against the once peaceful Troy. Embark on a journey through the lives of four legendary figures in the Trojan War: Agamemnon, Hector, Achilles, and Odysseus. In the annals of ancient Greek history, the Trojan War stands as a monumental saga, filled with heroism, tragedy, and divine intervention. Agamemnon, the powerful king of Mycenae, played a pivotal role in this epic conflict, his perspective revealing the complexities and sacrifices inherent in the pursuit of glory. The origins of the Trojan War trace back to the abduction of Helen, wife of Menelaus, by Prince Paris of Troy. Bound by the sacred oath of the Greek leaders, including Agamemnon, to protect the sanctity of marriage, the expedition to reclaim Helen was set in motion. Yet, the gods demanded a heavy toll for the winds to favor the Greek fleet. Agamemnon, facing an agonizing choice, sacrificed his own daughter, Iphigenia, to appease Artemis and ensure a favorable wind for the Greek fleet. This act haunted Agamemnon throughout the war, casting a shadow over his leadership and relationship with the gods. The subsequent years of the conflict were marked by the relentless siege of Troy, characterized by strategic brilliance, individual heroics, and divine interventions. Agamemnon faced numerous challenges, none more formidable than his tumultuous relationship with the mighty Achilles. The clash between Agamemnon and Achilles was a focal point of the war. The infamous quarrel over a captured concubine, Briseis, highlighted the fragility of the Greek alliance. The absence of Achilles from the battlefield, driven by his wounded pride, severely weakened the Greek forces against the Trojans. Despite the prolonged and arduous nature of the conflict, Agamemnon persisted, driven by a sense of duty and the desire for victory. However, the war exacted a heavy toll on the Greek leaders, both physically and emotionally. The final act of Agamemnon's tragedy unfolded upon his return to Mycenae. Upon his triumphant return, Agamemnon faced a betrayal that would seal his fate. His wife, Clytemnestra, driven by a mix of grief, resentment, and ambition, orchestrated his murder. The bloodshed within the walls of Mycenae marked the tragic conclusion of Agamemnon's life, a life defined by sacrifice, leadership, and the inexorable grip of fate. In the legendary city of Troy, Hector, the eldest son of King Priam and Queen Hecuba, emerged as a prince destined for greatness. His life became intricately woven into the fate of Troy, with actions that resonated through the annals of Greek mythology. From a young age, Hector's relationship with his brother Paris was both a source of strength and challenge. Paris's love affair with Helen of Sparta set in motion the events that led to the Trojan War. Despite the tension, Hector could not forsake his duty as the defender of Troy. The conflict with the Greeks brought fierce challenges, and Hector's interactions with Achilles, the formidable Greek warrior, defined the war. Their clashes on the battlefield were legendary, a display of skill and strength that went beyond the physical, hinting at a shared understanding of the cost of war. Paris, Hector's younger brother, bore the weight of his choices. His love for Helen became a catalyst for the war that threatened Troy. Despite differences, Hector grappled with the complexities of love and desire as he faced the Greeks, torn between brotherly love and the duty to protect Troy. Hector's relationship with his father, King Priam, added another layer to his journey. Priam, burdened by the responsibility of ruling a besieged city, looked to Hector as the pillar of Troy's defense. Conversations between father and son were filled with the gravity of the situation, a father's plea for the preservation of their home. Amidst the chaos of war, Hector's heart carried the weight of responsibility. He fought not only for Troy, but also for his wife Andromache and young son Astyanax. The image of their faces fueled his determination to defend the city, even as the shadow of fate loomed over them. In the end, destiny played its inevitable part. Facing Achilles in single combat, Hector fought with valor, aware of the unfavorable odds. The gods favored the Greeks that day, and Hector fell in battle. As he lay on the battlefield, the echoes of war surrounded him. In his final moments, Hector's thoughts turned to Troy, his family, and the sacrifices made for the ideals of honor and duty. His legacy, marked by tragedy, would forever be etched in the stories told of the fall of Troy. Achilles, the indomitable warrior of the Greeks, stood as a central figure at the heart of the Trojan War, his presence echoing across the battlefield like a force of nature. Blessed by the gods with unparalleled strength and skill, he became a beacon of hope for the Greeks and a harbinger of doom for the Trojans. To Achilles, the war transcended mere conflict between nations. It was a deeply personal struggle for honor and glory. Driven by an insatiable desire to carve his name into the annals of history, Achilles surged into battle with the fury of a demigod. Yet beneath his formidable exterior, a complex tapestry of emotions unfolded. The betrayal by Agamemnon, who, compelled by the gods, claimed Achilles' prized maiden, Briseis, ignited a deep rift. This perceived dishonor prompted Achilles to withdraw, robbing the Greeks of their greatest warrior. The strained relationship between Achilles and Agamemnon underscored the challenges of leadership, pride, and the clash between mortal and divine will. Patroclus, Achilles' closest companion and cherished friend, occupied a special place in the hero's heart, their bond resembling that of brothers. When Patroclus met a tragic end at the hands of Hector, Achilles' grief became a catalyst for his return to the war. Driven by vengeful rage, Achilles re-entered the battlefield, leaving a resonating impact that reverberated through the clash of bronze and the cries of fallen warriors. The climactic duel between Achilles and Hector epitomized the hero's relentless pursuit of glory and revenge. Fueled by the grief over Patroclus's death, Achilles engaged Hector in a fierce battle outside the walls of Troy. The clash of titans and the poignant moment of reckoning ended with Achilles emerging victorious. Yet, the glory he sought was tinged with the somber realization of the profound cost of war and the fleeting nature of mortal existence. The Trojan War for Achilles became a haunting chapter in the epic of his life, where destiny, honor, and the weight of choices collided on the canvas of the battlefield. In the aftermath of the fateful clash between Hector and Achilles, the Greek hero, driven by grief and rage over the death of his close companion Patroclus, continued to wreak havoc upon the Trojans. Achilles, however, was not destined to escape the threads of fate unscathed. The gods, seeking to balance the scales of mortality, guided the Trojan prince Paris to deliver a fatal arrow aimed at Achilles' only vulnerable spot, his heel. Thus, the mighty Achilles met his demise, succumbing to the wound inflicted by the poisoned arrow. The once invincible warrior, whose name echoed in the annals of Greek mythology, fell on the fields of Troy, marking the end of his heroic journey. As the dust settled on the battlefield of Troy, the remnants of a war that had etched itself into the annals of history surrounded Odysseus, the wily king of Ithaca. His journey through the Trojan War unfolded as a saga of epic proportions, a tapestry woven with complexities that extended far beyond the mere allure of glory and conquest. From the very inception of the conflict, Odysseus played a pivotal role, his strategic mind and cunning intellect at the forefront of the Greek efforts. The audacious plan that became the Trojan horse bore the unmistakable imprint of Odysseus's brilliance. The wooden behemoth, concealing Greek warriors within its belly, was a testament to his tactical acumen. The fall of Troy, achieved through this masterstroke of deception, left an indelible mark on the war. But it also signaled the beginning of the tumultuous journey that awaited Odysseus on his return to Ithaca. The Odyssey portrayed Odysseus not merely as a triumphant hero returning home, but as a man grappling with the profound aftermath of war. The Trojan conflict cast a long shadow over his journey, shaping his responses and testing the limits of his resilience. The hero's reunion with his wife, Penelope, and son Telemachus became not just a personal triumph, but a poignant moment of closure for a man who had weathered the storms of war and its enduring aftermath. As the curtains fall on the epic tale of the Trojan War, we find ourselves immersed in a world where celestial conflicts entwine with mortal drama. and the lives of legendary figures are shaped by themes of love, betrayal, and the inexorable hand of fate. Join us on this extraordinary journey through the annals of ancient Greek history. Subscribe to our channel, like, and share to stay connected with the unfolding saga of Agamemnon, Hector, Achilles, and Odysseus. The Trojan War teaches us that even the mightiest heroes are not exempt from the complexities of human emotion, the consequences of choices, and the inescapable grip of destiny. It invites us to reflect on the enduring themes of sacrifice, honor, and the cost of war. In the end, the Trojan War is not just a historical event, but a timeless exploration of the human condition, resonating through the ages with its lessons and echoes of an era long past.